धारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे जय राधा मदन गोपाल राधा मदन गोपाल राधे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय श्री गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल. So now we'll recite the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sagana Raghunathāन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatiruttam Shloker Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikir Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्विताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमतेर भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome you all. You all are able to hear me clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear it.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who are present here and also all my Shiksha Gurus and all the devotees who are guiding me and taking care of me so nicely despite my incapabilities and so many drawbacks. Still, you all are helping me to progress in my spiritual life. So I am very grateful to each one of you. I see Akinchan Prabhuji, Anand Prabhuji, my mother, Mahesh Prabhu, Lavanya Mataji, Madhusudan Prabhu, Poonam Mataji, Ram Prabhuji, Sanjay Prabhu, Saraswati Mataji, Teja Prabhuji, Shivaji Prabhuji, Teja Mataji, or Teja Prabhuji, I don't know, Vanilla Mataji. So, and many more might be joining. I pray at all your lotus feet. Please bless me so that I can share few points that I have heard and that can help you all. With that, let's start. So today we are going to read from Canto 8 and chapter 3. It's verse 32. Thank you very much, Santosh Aditya Prabhuji, for hosting as well as sharing the screen. I'm right now at my sister's place in Nasik and I have connected through mobile. So let's go ahead and try to recite the verse. सोऽन्तःसरस्य उबरेण गृहीतार्तो दृष्ट्वा गृह्मतहरिं कौपादचक्राम् उत्तिक्ष्य सबुजो कर्म गृहिम् आक्रच्छान् नारायणाखिलगुरो भगवन् नमस्ते. Word-to-word translation and translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Sahe Gajendra Ata Anata Sarasi in the water Urubalena with great force Grihita who had been captured by the crocodile Artha and severely suffering. Trishtva upon seeing Garutmati on the back of Garuda, Harim, the Lord, K, in the sky, Upata Upata Chakram, whittling his Utshipya, rising, Sahambujo Karama, his trunk along with a lotus flower. Girim Aha uttered the words Krachar with great difficulty because of his precarious position. Narayana, O my Lord, Narayana. Akhila Guru, O Universal Lord, Bhagavan, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, Namaha Te. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Translation: Gajendra had been forcefully captured by the crocodile in the water and was feeling acute pain. When he saw that Narayana, wielding his disc, was coming in the sky on the back of Garuda, he immediately took a lotus flower in his trunk and with great difficulty due to his painful condition, he uttered the following words: O my Lord, Narayana, Master of the universe, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. The king of the elephant was very eager to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that when he saw the Lord coming in the sky with great pain and in a feeble voice, he offered respect to the Lord. A devotee does not consider a dangerous position to be dangerous, for in such a dangerous position, he can fervently pray to the Lord in great ecstasy. Thus, a devotee regards danger as a good opportunity. Tatte nukampam susumikshamanha. When a devotee is in great danger, he sees that danger to be the great mercy of the Lord, because it is an opportunity to think of the Lord very sincerely and with undiverted attention. Tatte nukampam susumikshamana bhunjana evatvam kartam vipakam. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.8. He does not accuse the Supreme Personality of Godhead for having let his devotee fall into such a dangerous condition. So he does not accuse the Supreme Personality of Godhead for having let his devotee fall into a dangerous condition. Who? The devotees. Rather, he considers that dangerous condition to be due to his past misdeeds and takes it as an opportunity to pray to Lord and offer thanks for having been given such an opportunity. When a devotee lives in this way, his salvation, his going back home, back to Godhead, is guaranteed. We can see this to be true from the example of Gajendra, who anxiously prayed to the Lord and thus received an immediate chance to return home back to Godhead. So we'll also read the purport from 10.14.8 of Srimad Bhagavatam, because it has been referred very clearly twice in the purport. 10.14.8, yes, thank you. So translation: My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. Purport: Srila Sridhar Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness following the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God. The word su samikshamanaha indicates that a devotee earnestly awaits the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even while suffering the painful effects of previous sinful activities. Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee who is fully surrendered onto him is no longer liable to suffer the reactions of his previous karma. However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reaction. The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord. And therefore, the particular punishment given for a sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produced the activity. Although a devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world. The Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing his devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to Godhead. A sincere devotee earnestly desires to go back to the Lord's abode. Therefore, he willingly accepts the Lord's merciful punishment and continues offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with his heart, words, and body. Such a bona fide servant of the Lord, considering all hardship a small price to pay for gaining the personal association of the Lord, certainly becomes a legitimate son of God, as indicated here by the words Daya Bhak. Just as one cannot approach the sun without becoming fire, one cannot approach the Supreme Pure Lord Krishna without undergoing a rigid purification process, which may appear like suffering, but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal hands of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So it's a very fortunate situation we all are in that Srila Prabhupada has so mercifully explained us the secret of why a devotee can suffer. And that material suffering a devotee might undergo is not technically a karmic reaction. That is what it is told here. And which may appear like a suffering, but which itself is a blessing of the Lord, administered by his personal hand. He has given this blessing just to purify the devotee. And what is he trying to get out of it? He's going back home, back to Godhead. That is the price he's paying for his purification. And what Prabhupada is telling us, that it is not karmic reaction. It's not a mundane reaction of a previous karma, but it's specifically meant to purify us. So, Prabhujis and Matajis, if problem comes in our life, we should understand Lord is the orchestrator and we are just the puppet in his hands. So if something happens, if there is some unfortunate situation which is going to come in on all of our life, we are going to get depressed, frustrated. Material world is created like that. Padam padam yat vipadan. So it's not a surprise, and we should not be surprised that why this thing has happened to me. It can happen to anyone. It will happen to everyone. That is how this world is designed. But what we have to understand is we have to take it in the right spirit of why Lord has given it to me for my own purification. And that's how I am going to get closer to the Lord. And at that point, you have two choices. Either you can blame the Lord, oh God, why you have done this to me? I'm trying to do so much for you, and in return, what you are doing to me. And second choice is to humbly pray and offer our obeisances. That's what we read in the purport. And when someone does that, it's his rightful claim to directly associate with the Lord. What a wonderful opportunity. But what a price we have to pay. And Srimad Bhagavatam is full of such examples, right? Gajendra is one of them. When Gajendra was caught by the crocodile, they were fighting for thousands of years. And Gajendra was not an ordinary elephant. He was king of elephants. So he has around 1000x more power than an ordinary elephant, right? So such a powerful elephant, when he was caught by a crocodile, for thousands of years, he didn't had anything to eat. The crocodile was more powerful in the water and he was losing. And he saw all his friends, relatives were standing there in a helpless condition. What to do? He immediately surrendered to the Lord. And Lord, being Paramatma inside everyone, he guided him. That is what is the beauty. So now let's see different examples similar to Gajendra. Can anyone tell from Srimad Bhagavatam any other example where a devotee was in great trouble and in a similar way Lord appeared and saved?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes, Amrish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj.
Draupadi.
Yes, correct, Draupadi. So Draupadi is very apt example. Why? Because here you see Gajendra, all the relatives and friends were watching. Over there, Draupadi, all her husband and the whole courtyard is watching, but no one can do anything. Here, Gajendra's relatives could not do anything. Here, a crocodile was catching Gajendra's feet. There, Dushasan was pulling out her sari. Here, Gajendra was experiencing physical and emotional pain. There, Draupadi was also experiencing the same. And one more very similar point is Draupadi raised her both arms and chanted Lord's name. In the similar way, Gajendra also took his trunk. Gajendra can't lift his hands. So he took his trunk and offered the lotus flower to the Lord and chanted Lord's name. That's what today's verse is. Right? So if we can also surrender in that way with full faith and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord will come for us. He has came for so many others. He will come for us. Why not? But we have to chant with full surrender and faith in him. Now, why Gajendra has to undergo this suffering, that we read in the second Bhagavatam verse 10:14:8, where Srila Prabhupada has very clearly explained, and we discussed it also. It's not a karmic reaction, it is just for the purity, and it's a Lord's special mercy a devotee suffers. So we understood all those points very clearly. See, Prabhupada so beautifully, he just related one Bhagavatam verse, and if we read that linked Bhagavatam purport, we get all the answers. And now getting back to the situation where Gajendra is, he is caught by this crocodile and he is praying to the Lord. He has offered series of prayers. Till now, he has offered so many prayers. Till now, Lord has not appeared, but still he was praying. Do you think that he was praying in the air? Do you think that Lord was not hearing him? Do you think Lord is not seeing him? He's just doing something and no one is looking at it? Anyone thinks like that? Or do you think that, yes, Lord Krishna is in everyone's heart and Lord Krishna was hearing him? What do you think?
He was hearing.
The Lord waits for that moment for the devotee to surrender himself.
Yes, but throughout he was hearing, right, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Lord is looking throughout. He was there throughout the journey of Gajendra. Right? And in the similar way, suppose if we are chanting, I take my beads, I put my hand like this, and I say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. What am I doing? I'm not conscious that Lord is watching me. Lord is there for me. He's with me at this present moment. He is there and he is hearing what I'm telling him. I'm trying to pray, but what has happened is I have lost my consciousness that, or the faith in the Lord, that Lord is here, he's watching me, he's hearing me. That is the problem with us. How many of you agree this is the problem? Or are you all saying that we are fully conscious every time when we chant that Lord is here, he is thinking of us, and we are thinking of him, we both are in relationship? Which out of these two scenarios are we in?
One, Prabhuji, one.
Yes, so at least I am in that situation. So it is compared to an envelope and a letter. So our prayers, our chanting is compared to an envelope which has a letter for the Lord. So if you pray something, oh Lord, please be merciful on me. Please shower your blessings on me. If you are praying something, it's like we are sending an envelope. And it is also explained that if you are praying to a demigod, you are still writing that letter, you are putting it into the envelope, but you are sending to a wrong address. That's what it is compared to. But if you are praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that's what Gajendra did. Although the demigods were there, they were thinking, okay, if at all you prayed to me, I would have saved you from this minor thing. But Gajendra was very determined. He told, no, I want the Supreme Personality of Godhead to come and help me. I surrendered to that Supreme Lord. So he wrote a letter with an envelope to the correct address, and that letter had immense feeling, bhava, and faith. With that, he has written that letter. Now, what we are doing when we are carelessly chanting or not attentive while chanting or taking it very easy, leisurely, is we are having the envelope, we want to do the prayers, we have written the correct address because we all are addressing the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Srimati Radharani. The problem is we have forgot to put a letter inside it. So do you think if you get an envelope from your very loved one and it doesn't have a letter inside it, will it make you happy?
No, Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji.
That's what is the situation. So we are trying to address the Lord, but we are not sending the letter. We are just sending the envelope with the right address, and there is nothing inside it. So what should we rectify in ourselves? We should rectify the feelings, the bhava while chanting. Chant attentively. Hear what you are chanting, and slowly, slowly, slowly try to meditate on each syllable what you are uttering. And remember, Lord is constantly watching us. He is hearing us. So whenever you are saying, at this moment, if you are praying, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Lord, I surrender unto you. I pay my obeisances to you. Please show your mercy to me. Give your service. If you are praying, Lord is there. Lord is hearing what you are telling. And he will reciprocate. That's what the law of God is. Okay. So for this reason, whenever we are chanting, we should be very cautious of what we are doing. And we should not send an empty envelope. Okay. Now, if at all we have been habituated of not doing an attentive chanting, that means we are habituated to just for the namesake completing X number of rounds, what should we do? It has become a practice. 16 rounds ho gaya, chalo side mein rakh do, and we go after many other things. That's what even happened to me also. So we have to come out of that comfort zone. No, it's not about 16 rounds. It's about the feelings we have, and it's about the relationship that we have with the Lord, and to re-establish that connection. It's not just a mechanical chanting of the 16 rounds that Lord wants us to do. Even the Guru wants us to, right? That recommendation is there. That rule is there for chanting 16 rounds, what Srila Prabhupada has given. But we should continuously try to improve ourselves. Every day should be an improvement of how I chanted yesterday versus how am I chanting today. Am I able to at least hear one single word, at least one single mantra, at least one single mala, right? And if you are not able to do so, just introspect, take a pause and see where is the problem. Why am I not having that faith that Lord is hearing me and I am so careless? Why is it so happening to me? Take a pause and think. What is that one knot in your heart that is stopping you to establish your relationship with Lord? What is it? I remember once His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, in his early days, went to Vrindavan and he was thinking, okay, I don't know if this process is working or not. And he was in that confused state of what am I doing here? And then he decided on that day in Vrindavan, he decided, I am going to put my 100%. And if I don't get any reciprocation within this time, I'm going to go back to my country and try to find my true path. Maharaj, His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj was already, he's a great soul. He already was determined to find a true path, a true spiritual path for himself. He was also like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, going from place to place, finding what is true. And he came to India. He also, and he met Hare Krishna devotees, and all that has happened. And he was into the movement, but he had this doubt. And what happened is he took this vow that today is the day I am going to put my 100%. And if Lord really doesn't reciprocate or show me any indication then I need to find some other way. This way is not working. That's what he thought. And he started his struggle. How he started? He went to a place, I don't remember the exact place, but somewhere in one of the one, he went and he sat there and he started chanting. He started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But this chanting was very special. Since he knew it is a do or die situation, to understand whether this process will work or not, he has put his 100% on that. He was so much concentrating. He was so much with feeling chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But still there was nothing happening. Nothing strange was happening. It was almost in the evening and it was nearing to the end of the day. Are you all eager to hear what happened?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is right in Kali Yuga, just few years back, Prabhujis and Matajis, and you see how Lord reciprocates. And while he was chanting there, a wild parrot is considered also little harmful, and it generally doesn't come near human beings. So this wild parrot strangely came and sat on the left side of Maharaj, and it indicated to come along with it, this parrot. And it took Maharaj. Maharaj at first thought it could be a coincidence, but later on the parrot was very adamant. You come with me, you come with me. With his beak, it was trying to pull Maharaj, come, come, come. And it was also directing Maharaj. Maharaj didn't know which temple is where in Vrindavan, what is where, how to go. Maharaj didn't know. And the parrot was guiding Maharaj through the way. The parrot also took him, take right, take left. And the parrot took Maharaj to the temple where there is a Lakshmi temple, right? So when Ras Leela happened and Lakshmi ji couldn't enter, so there is a place in Vrindavan, and there is a temple of Lakshmi Devi. So at that place, the parrot took and said bye-bye. And Maharaj realized, yes, this is the reciprocation of the Lord. The Lord is there. The Lord is hearing. Prabhujis and Matajis, it's not far years ago, which we cannot think. And we can also meet Maharaj, who has this experience. So what are we lacking? We are lacking that faith which we should gain from such pure devotees of the Lord. Maharaj has written a perfect envelope. He has written the correct address, and he has poured his heart-filled letter and passed it to the Lord, and the Lord reciprocated immediately. Within one day. Can you just think of it? What Maharaj would have felt? How much confidence, faith, and the way he's going around conducting this holy name retreats and so many seminars. Recently, he was giving Srimad Bhagavatam seminars. So, if we are not having faith, what should we do? If you are not having faith like Gajendra, what should we do? We should try to associate. That's what is important. We should try to associate with such devotees who are having such faith. And no matter what service you do, it could be chanting, it could be hearing, it could be deity worship. And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says, even if you are making a garland or if you are arranging the shoes in the shoe stand, if you have the real feeling that I am the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord, and in that mood, I render this service, and Lord is seeing me. Lord is reciprocating with me by accepting this service. Lord is there in everything. And in that mode, if you are doing that service, that is the perfection. No matter what service you are doing, big or small, doesn't matter. Lord accepts it. We usually hear the example, even His Grace Lilananda Prabhuji gives the example of a squirrel, how in front of Hanuman, and then Hanuman says, just get off my way. And Ram, he doesn't discriminate. He says, you are doing as per your capability, that small squirrel is doing as per his capability. So both are equal. So no matter if you are arranging a shoes, or if you are doing deity worship, or you are chanting, or you are hearing, if you are doing with that feeling, with that bhava, with that surrender to the Lord, and with complete faith that yes, Lord is here, He is hearing me right now while I am talking, and while you are hearing, Lord is there. Lord is just watching us what we are doing. Lord is giving that remembrance to us, even to speak, even for you, the ability to hear, that is given by Lord. So we are grateful every moment, and with that grateful heart, if we surrender unto Him with full faith and conviction, yes, you are there for me at every moment. No matter the weather is good or bad, you are there. Correct? So that is what the Shraddha is, which is a very important aspect of our bhakti. If we are just going around in a materialistic, passionate manner, just for the sake of name, fame, or for some other reasons, please take a pause and think, how can I cultivate this Shraddha, this bhakti inside me? That will make it beautiful. Like Srila Prabhupada gives a wonderful example of decorating the cage, but not feeding the bird. So we should have that Shraddha. We should cultivate that Shraddha. And the best way recommended to cultivate such Shraddha is association of devotees. And Lord will come, surely. Lord came as Varadev, Lord came as Narsimadev, Lord came as Lord Vishnu here to save Gajendra, right? Garudmati, on top of Garuda, he came. Lord also came as Sari for Draupadi. Hare Krishna. Right? And Lord also appeared as a parrot for His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj. So what a reciprocation. Correct? And we see in the life of devotees, there can be painful situations. Devotees will go through them. We all are going to go through them. But we should not lose. First is we have to cultivate that faith, that Shraddha. Second, we have to continuously nurture that. We have to have that faith and Shraddha even in good as well as in bad weathers. So, on Balram Jayanti, His Grace Baldev Prabhuji from Mumbai, Chowpatty, he came to Nasik and I was hearing him, and he told a very nice point that as soon as you start your bhakti, other things slows down like a fan. When you switch off the fan slowly rotates, and at some point it is stationed. It is stationary. Correct? But for us, we may say, I am chanting since 3 years, I am chanting since 5 years, I am chanting since 6 years, I am chanting since 10 years, but still the fan is rotating. How come? You told as soon as I do the bhakti, the fan will stop. But still this material hankering is going on. Why? Why is it going on? When it is told that if you do bhakti, the material hankering will stop like a fan. Slowly it will move and stop. Can someone tell? For us, it is not stopping. Seems like it is revolving more faster now. Can anyone tell why?
Prabhuji, we are conditioned. No, Prabhuji.
Yes, we are conditioned. But what is it we are doing because of which the fan is not stopping?
We are switching it on again, Prabhuji.
Yes, correct. So that's what His Grace Baldev Prabhuji told, that we are switching it off by doing bhakti, but then after some time we are switching it on. So again it rotates. Again we are switching it off. Again we are switching it on. So that is our problem. If you continuously do that, the fan is not going to stop. It is going to go on. That's what step we all have to take. We have to switch off. That means we have to do bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. That's what is needed. So we do bhakti as well as sense gratification together. And there is no stoppage to it. We are okay with both. But at some point we have to say, no, now I surrender to the Lord. Now I want to take this process sincerely, seriously, from my heart, and with full faith and surrender. I want to do it. At some point we have to make that decision. And that's what is switching off the fan is. And that's when we all can see the mercy of the Lord pouring on us through our Guru. So how does an association transform you? I would like to just share a very interesting point that I have realized in my own life. And we all can relate to it very easily. That's why I'm sharing this. That's the only purpose. So once His Grace Lilananda Prabhuji told me, okay, Balgovind Prabhuji, His Grace Balgovind Prabhuji resides very near to your house, and he is very senior devotee, and you should serve him. That's what he told. I told, oh, wonderful. And then slowly I started interacting with Prabhuji on how he wants to start programs and how he wants to go ahead and how I can help in a very insignificant manner. And throughout the journey, His Grace Akinchan Priya Prabhuji was the pillar, Shivaji Prabhuji was there. So all this was going on. And this devotee, this senior devotee, His Grace Balgovind Prabhuji, he has also contributed so much to instilling that faith which I was also lacking. What happened is, there were incidents like we wanted to start a new program. We tried creating a group, but there was no much response in that group. So we thought, okay, maybe no one is coming. But Prabhuji has a great desire to start a group and start a Bhagavad Gita class at that particular day. But just before that day, no one replied in that group. Nothing moved. So we thought maybe no one is going to come. And he has arranged this program at his house. So we thought it is almost cancelled. So we all were very relaxed. Okay, nothing is going to happen. But Prabhujis and Matajis, Lord has heard His Grace Balgovind Prabhuji's words. Lord has heard that he wants to do a program on this particular day. And Lord will not live so easily. The words of the devotee, the prayers of the devotee. What Lord did? In the afternoon, just 2 hours before, people started putting their count. Without even telling, people started telling that I'm coming. I'm just coming. That's what they told in the group. They didn't even know they have to put a count +2, +3. They just told, we are coming somehow. And the entire program happened. We were so amazed, so surprised how this can happen. This is literally impossible. Around 7 to 10 members attended that program and the program started. And me and Prabhuji were so much happy that Lord made it happen. Lord Krishna, Lord Gauranga is there. He is hearing us. He is hearing each and everything we are thinking, we are feeling, we are saying. That's what Lord is. That's how Lord will reciprocate. Even that happened for Jagannath Rath Yatra. And of course, all the other devotees who were there, they will also agree to this point. This is the first time we are trying to do Jagannath Rath Yatra, and we didn't even thought we'll have funds or no funds or whatever it is. And once I was just talking to His Grace Balgovind Prabhuji, and he told, Prabhuji, don't worry. It's his program. It's his festival. Lord Jagannath will take care of it. You and me are just mere instruments. He has already planned everything. He will fund. Don't worry. I was also a little anxious due to my own conditioning. Prabhuji, kaise aayega? How can we raise so much fund to do such a grand festival? And Prabhuji was so hopeful. With full faith and conviction, he told, Lord is there. He will take care. That immediately pacified me of how a leader has such a complete faith on the Lord, and the Lord makes it happen. These are practical examples that can raise our faith, and that proves the point that Lord hears us. If you are talking something now, Lord is hearing us. Are Baba, what is this fellow talking? Lord is hearing, believe me. So that is the faith. That is cultivation of faith. So I humbly request each one of you to take the association very seriously. So on that day, I also shared in our group how His Grace Radhisham Prabhuji was mentioning His Grace Lilananda Prabhuji to be a special devotee. Don't you all feel very fortunate that you are getting such a close association of a special devotee? Isn't it a plan which is perfectly orchestrated by the Lord for all of us? Why should we take it so cheaply? No. Don't miss any satsang. Don't miss any opportunity to serve such great souls. It's their humility that they are giving us some service. Or else Prabhujis and Matajis, Lord will anyhow make that happen, because they are great devotees. They can do it. If they say, Lord is going to hear. It's up to us if we can participate, serve them, and gain some mercy and some faith with which we can progress in our spiritual life. Yes or no? How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it is. So we are trying to be little selfish by serving them. For in return, what we are getting? We are getting that faith, that shraddha from them that they are having. And that is the only way we can get it. We can get shraddha from a devotee of the Lord who has that shraddha. That's the only way. So you should very enthusiastically serve. What Srila Prabhupada did, he has shown with his own example. Srila Prabhupada has instilled such a huge faith in all of us. Yes or no? What he did, he took up the words of his Guru Maharaj so seriously. I was hearing from His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, I think, and he was telling how Srila Prabhupada was distributing the books, and this was the desire or the dream of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that he wants to distribute books. And Srila Prabhupada wanted to fulfill the desire of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And when he was at the age of 58, he left his house and he went to many other places. And then he went to Delhi. He started writing books. And Srila Prabhupada single-handedly, at that age of 58, he was writing the book. He was trying to publish it. He was trying to distribute it. Everything was done by one single devotee. And I also heard that it was a very hot day in Delhi. And in such a hot day, he was walking on the road because whatever money he had, he has to use for publishing books. That's what his Guru Maharaj desired. So he was so faithful that he didn't want to spend for his own luxury or comfort. He walked in that hot day, and one day he got a heat stroke walking in that heat right below the sun, doing the book distribution. And he was just going like this. He didn't know what is happening to him, but he was almost feeling the giddiness because of the sunstroke. But still he was going on with that book distribution. Fortunately, a friend of Srila Prabhupada saw him, immediately took him into the car, took him to his house, gave some medicines, relaxed, and again dropped. Prabhujis and Matajis, can you just think a single devotee doing this just for the sake of a word from Guru Maharaj, the desire of Guru Maharaj? How much pain he has went through. Yesterday was the day when he started to US, correct? And he has to undergo so much pain. He has to undergo 2 heart attacks. And then what does he pray? He prays that I want to be puppet at your hands. Oh Lord, do whatever you want. I am just servant. Use me. That's what is his prayers. And Prabhujis and Matajis, today see, we all are getting the mercy of him in such a way. Why? Because he has got it from his Guru Maharaj. His Guru Maharaj got it from his Guru Maharaj, which came from Krishna. That's how this disciplinic succession is going on. And we also should surrender to our Guru. We should serve the lotus feet of our superiors with that humble attitude. Only then we can develop that Shraddha. And with that Shraddha alone, when it is a difficult time in our life, we can remember Krishna. We can tell that with faith and Shraddha that, yes, Krishna, you are here, you are hearing us, you are watching me, and here is my letter to you. I have a very well decorated envelope. I have the right address, and I have a heart filled of letter for you. That's what we have to do. And with that will be the success of our life. Okay, so some more points from His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. He's also a very great devotee, disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And I was also hearing how he went into Samadhi stage and how he came back from that and how he was during that stages. If you are also curious, you can also see or watch that video is available in the YouTube of a devotee describing how His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj went through that phase. And I was hearing he was completely with Krishna. Although his body was materially present here, he was completely with Krishna. So it's not just a mythological story or something we are hearing. It's the truth that spiritual world exists. And Maharaj, despite having the material body, he entered into those pastimes. Yes, that is possible. And Maharaj, in his lecture, he tells there are three types of devotees: Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. Can anyone tell what is the difference between Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama?
Levels of how one surrendered to Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, how one surrenders, what is his Shraddha, and what is his understanding of Tattva or Siddhanta. These are the conditions based on which it is categorized. Now, we may fall under, mostly we are Kanishta, because we have very Komal Shraddha. If anything happens, we'll immediately question, why Krishna, why only me, why bad things happen to good people. Although we have heard this in our SSR classes so many times, but still we have the same question. So we have to associate with either Madhyamadhikari or Uttamadhikari to get that faith. And we are so fortunate that our superiors are giving us so many opportunities to engage and associate. Yes or no? Within the week, we are doing so many meetups. We have so many services to do. All those are simply an opportunity for association. And when you take this association seriously, that's how you can progress from Kanishta to Madhyama, Madhyama to Uttama one day. And His Holiness Gaur Swami Maharaj mentions one very important point to rapidly make this progress. And that point is simple-heartedness. If someone is simple-hearted, he can make progress very rapidly. So Prabhujis and Matajis, please remember, if you are not simple-hearted, please correct yourself. Try to be simple-hearted. How many of you have the question that if I'm simple-hearted, people will cheat me? Does anyone has that question? If I'm simple-hearted, if I am not thinking crooked, people will cheat me, people will take advantage of me, people will exploit me. Does anyone has this question?
Yes, Prabhuji, in devotion life, we heard that we have to be very practical also.
Yes, we have to be practical. We don't have to be foolish. Simple means simple living, high thinking. That's what Prabhupada tells. And I'll also get to Prabhupada's definition of what is simple living. But, Prabhujis and Matajis, hear this carefully. If you have the doubt that if you have the simple heart, people will cheat you, people will take advantage of you, people will exploit you, His Holiness Gaur Swami Maharaj told. Why? Krishna will not protect you. If you are simple-hearted and if you are surrendered to Krishna, will not Krishna protect you? He tells Krishna is called as Vishambhar. That means one who maintains the entire world, entire universe, entire creation. He maintains everything. Will he not maintain you? Just think about it. If you are simple-hearted, if you don't have those crooked thoughts, if you don't have alternative plans, Prabhujis and Matajis, have a faith. Krishna will protect you. You don't have to worry that people will exploit you. As His Grace Loesh Prabhuji told, you have to be practical. You have to be alert. There is nothing wrong in it. You have to use your intelligence that God has given for your betterment. And also, Lord from inside you also guides you. Lord from outside as your superiors, as your guru, guides you from all the way. And you have to take it, go ahead, but you don't have to fear. If I am simple, if I am not thinking crooked, I will be exploited in this world and I will be a failure. No, you will not be a failure. Lord will protect. Lord protected Gajendra, Lord will protect you, Lord will protect me. We have to have that faith and confidence in the Lord. What is the use of our big bank balance? On the other day, again, one conversation with His Grace Mahalingam Prabhuji, he was telling how a famous actor who has so much of money that even if we work for our lifetime, we cannot accumulate that much money. He has so much of money, and his brother got sick. It took him around the world in the airlifted ambulance, but nothing could help him. His brother died. So is the money only factor which can help a devotee? Or not just a devotee, anyone? Can money help us? No, it is just going to stand when the time comes, just like Gajendra's relatives and friends were standing there and watching. That's what your money will also do one day. Even your relatives are going to do the same thing. What is going to help is that Shraddha, that relationship that you have with the Lord. So you can think of like this, and His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj tells this, that here you are and there the Lord is in front of you, but there is a big wall in between the Lord and you that you have constructed. Okay, you have constructed a big concrete strong wall between you and Lord. That's what we have done, and we have to somehow cut down that wall and establish that relationship with the Lord. And one powerful way we have seen is how association can help us develop that Shraddha, how that Shraddha can help us write a very beautiful letter with the envelope, with the right address, which Lord will receive through Guru Parampara. And when we have that faith that Lord is hearing us at every moment, He's watching us, whatever we are doing, no matter what type of service we are doing, small, big, or anything, we will be cautious of Krishna. And if we are in this mood of always remembering the Lord and never forgetting Him, that is the key of success of the life. We have to understand, even I myself don't belong to mine, right? Even me myself does not belong to me. I belong to Krishna. That's what we have to understand. And with that mood, we have to serve everyone. Now, when you have understood you don't belong to yourself, your relatives don't belong to you, so you give up that proprietorship. But His Grace Radheshyam Prabhuji tells that you are the caretaker. Krishna has mercifully given you the role of a caretaker, and we are custodians, caretakers, custodians of them, of our children, of our wife, of our parents, of our friends, relatives, society. They all are put under our custodian, under our custody, sorry. And it's our duty as a service to the Lord, we have to do it. Okay, and we all know that famous shloka, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nitya Yuktanam Yoga Kshemam Mahamyam. Lord will protect. Correct? He will preserve what we have and give what we lack. So Lord is there, He will take care of us. And recently I was also talking to His Grace Srinivas Acharya Prabhuji, who was very regularly giving us Ekadashi Srimad Bhagavatam classes, and we all are missing him. So we were discussing of how life is progressing so fast, and Prabhuji was mentioning it is usually seen, he is saying that at the age of 65, 70, people are losing their cognitive function, the function to speak, function to think, function to respond. All those are coming to zero as the age is progressing very fast. So he was telling around 70, 75, things are going worst. And it can happen to us. How much time we have? Just another 20, 30, 40 years more. That's what we have. And what will be? We'll be just lying around with none of our functionality working on our own. We'll be completely dependent. In those miserable conditions, how can you tell that I'm going to do bhakti? When you can't hear, how can you associate with those great devotees and get that faith or conviction? So you have to feel that urgency. Prabhujis and Matajis, we all think about accumulating more and more money in a short time. Why? Because we think, okay, later on it may not be possible. Something may come up and it may not be possible. So let me accumulate more and more money today. Why we are not doing the same today for our bhakti? Why we are not saying today 16 rounds, I have to be the best 16 rounds, because I don't know when my cognitive functions are going to shut down. When something can happen to us, we don't know. And it's very important, by the time that happens, somehow gain that faith, somehow use ourselves in the service and get that faith from the devotees who have that strong faith. So Prabhujis and Matajis, if you are getting any slightest opportunity to serve, please don't waste that opportunity. Grab it. Like someone says, you put 100 rupees today, by evening you will get 10 lakhs rupees. You will not lose that opportunity unless if it is a trusted source, no one would like to lose it. Such a deal, right? So in the similar way, here is the deal. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has distributed his mercy through the Guru Parampara, through Srila Prabhupada, and through all the other Siksha Gurus and Diksha Gurus today. The opportunity is here. Devotees are here, very accessible to us. It's up to us how we are taking it. And then I asked Prabhuji, if you are telling we have such a short time of 65, 70 years max, and by that time you have to have that Shraddha cultivated and have that bhakti, and with full devotion, have that surrenderedness to Lord. But on the other hand, we also have to complete our responsibility by that time. We don't have much time to do our responsibilities also. So how can we balance? And Prabhuji told, very beautiful, very beautiful. It's just ringing in my mind. He told, Prabhuji, what are we doing? We are trying to accumulate more and more money. We are ruining our lifestyle just for the sake of money. Money is honey. That's what we are trying to do. Right? And that is not the solution. What Srila Prabhupada has given us is simple living, high thinking. That is the solution. And what we are doing is exactly the bookish textbook definition of greed. I want to accumulate more and more material things, money, and so many other comforts, everything. That is the textbook definition of greed, and we are 100% following it. Agreed or not, Prabhujis and Matajis? Or is it only me who is feeling like this?
Great, Prabhuji.
Yes. That is the textbook definition of greed, and we are following it 200%. But what Srila Prabhupada has given us, just pause and think. Simple living, high thinking. And I was going through the quotes of Srila Prabhupada of what he meant by simple living and high thinking. Few beautiful quotes that I would like to share. Srila Prabhupada tells, what is absolutely necessary, accept it. Not more than that. That is simplicity. So what is absolutely necessary for us? Only accept that much. If you are accepting more than that, that is not necessary. That is a problem. Being simple means accepting only what is necessary. Okay. Then Srila Prabhupada tells, so while he is telling this, what is absolutely necessary, he was also talking about Brahmana, okay, in that context. So a Brahmana accepts only what is absolutely necessary and not more than that. That is simplicity of a Brahmana. So we all should try to do this. Every time we have a choice, just think, is this absolutely necessary, or will this be an impediment to my spiritual life? Yes or no, and then decide. Yes or no, then decide. Okay, that is the formula Srila Prabhupada is giving us. Living Vedic cultured life is one other point that Srila Prabhupada is mentioning. That is what is simple living, high thinking means. And he also tells with that saying, if you are involving in anarthas, how can you be happy? This is a conversation. And Srila Prabhupada is telling, if you are involving in anarthas, how can you be happy? Even if you earn money, even if you try to do, even if you struggle, if you are involved in anarthas, you cannot be happy. That is not simple living, high thinking. So cut down your anarthas. Just retrospect, just pause and think what anarthas are going on, what wrong deeds I am doing, and just try to rectify it. And then Srila Prabhupada in the other quote, he tells, work is required, but godly person wants to live simple life and think high and give time to God. So we all understand that work is required. Srila Prabhupada is not telling stop your work, take retirement and go and chant completely. No, Prabhupada is not recommending that. Prabhupada understands. And Prabhupada is telling here that work is required. You all should work. But a godly person, which we all are striving to be, a godly person want to live a simple life. He will live a simple life and he will think higher of how I can serve my Guru Maharaj, all my seniors, how I can serve the Lord along with the work. And how can I think more of the God? How can I spend more time? Just spend 5 more minutes for the Lord. And how can I bring out that 5 minutes from my schedule and devote it? Every year we have our birthday, and every year we should think what I did last year and what I want to improve in this year, what one thing I have to do more. And His Grace Krishnan Prabhuji tells, what is your age? 30. You should be chanting at least 30 rounds. Why not? So as your age is increasing, your chanting should also increase. Even the quality of chanting should increase. And one other very important point Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here of simple living, high thinking is Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishuna Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadai. Be humble like a blade of grass. That doesn't mean we don't respect ourselves. We have respect. How we have respect? Because we are children of the Lord and we have a personal relationship with the Lord. And that is what is the respect. But we also understand we are the menial servant. And in that mode, we have to render our service. Then comes the tolerance. Be tolerant like a tree and don't expect any honor from others. Usually, even the incapable person will expect honor. Yes or no? Even a beggar, he will not be accepting a dishonor. If you tell him, Arey Baba, why you are just begging? Your hands and legs are good. Why don't you go and work and earn your living? He will not accept it. He will tell 100 arguments of why he is not working and he has to beg, because he will not take that dishonor. So even an incapable person will not accept dishonor. Everyone needs respect. And what we have to do is we have to give up that proprietorship, that tendency to enjoy without Lord, which is inside us. We have to give it up. Somehow we have to beat our mind and we have to surrender to the Lord. In that mode, we can progress in our bhakti. Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Manina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadar. And His Grace Sudama Prabhuji, when he came to Hyderabad, he also gave a class in Subbarao Prabhuji's home, I remember. And in one of his class, he told that it's very good practice if you can recite this Trinadapi Sunichena after every mala. Or before starting a mala, if you can just recite and remind yourself, and in this mood of humble and tolerant like a tree, humble like a blade of grass, tolerant like a tree, and without expecting any respect and respecting everyone else, let me chant this round. Oh Lord, let me serve you. If we have this mood and prayer and chant our rounds, really it will help us. That's what he has recommended. I'm trying to do that, but somehow I am so much conditioned, having so much material attachment, that I'm unable to give up any of that. And whatever I have told, I don't have any shraddha. I'm just a fallen soul, and I beg mercy and association from all of you, so that by all your association and mercy and blessings, if I can get little shraddha of what you all have, maybe I can progress in my spiritual life and someday have that relationship, or realize that relationship is already there with the Lord, but realize that relationship with Radha and Krishna someday, and have that faith. Yes, Krishna is hearing, Radharani is hearing me, he's seeing me, whatever I'm doing, and with that faith I will be doing my services. So I sincerely pray at all your lotus feet to give your association and give little faith and shraddha that you all have. I know you all are great devotees, you all have a lot of it, and you all have done a very great progress. I sincerely beg, the whole class was about it, and my conclusion is, please, I need that shraddha and I want it from all of you. So please keep me in your association, and that's how I can gain some of it from you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavats.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
You
Prabhuji.
have that Shraddha Prabhuji.
I
You have that Shraddha Prabhuji. It is like complete mercy of the parampara is coming through you today.
no,
So it was a wonderful class, Prabhu. We have various examples. But in spite of all these things, when we speak to others, so we have to be tolerant during the bad phases in our life. But generally, people say that it is good to say when you are happy. Today you are happy, you are saying all these things. When you are happy, you might not be doing the same thing. How do you explain to such a people?
Prabhuji, see by example. See by example what His Grace Lilananda Prabhuji is going through. Do you see any slightest deviation in his life? His father is going through so much pain. Every day is a new day for him.
Yes.
And what example he is setting to all of us? Not a slightest deviation. Correct?
Yes, sir.
What wonderful services he is doing. Book distribution, classes. He also gave a wonderful class for Janmashtami,
Yes.
preparing our mood for Janmashtami in Abbott's temple.
Yes.
He's taking so many services, Prabhuji.
Yes.
I almost felt like he has been caught into the clutches of crocodile, but still he's taking his trunk and offering his lotus flower to the Lord.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right? And we can see so many other examples of so many other great devotees, Prabhuji. Srila Prabhupada is one such example. Despite of so many heart attacks at that age, do you think we all will even think of going out? I may say, okay, I'll peacefully sleep in my bed.
Absolutely no.
But what Srila Prabhupada has done, he has went around the planet and helped so many of them. Today, you see the fruit, Prabhuji. We all are at least feeling that happiness just because of his endeavor.
Yes.
So that's what he has done. So we have to take example, inspiration by living Bhagavatam. We are reading the book Bhagavatam, but we also have around us the person Bhagavatams. Yes, I gave examples of Balgoin Prabhuji, Lilananda Prabhuji, Radhesham Prabhuji, and all different Maharajas, Acharyas. They all are living Bhagavatams in front of us. So that's what we have to see. And yes, it is going to be very difficult when the situation comes upon us. And we have to try. That is only possible if you develop the faith today. Have that Shraddha. Do you think Lilan Prabhuji suddenly got this so much Shraddha and he's able to continue? No, Prabhuji. He has cultivated from so many years. He has associated with so many great devotees and has that strong Shraddha. And that's how he is able to do that. Why not we? We will also be able to do that. If we associate, if we serve such devotees, and if we gain some Shraddha from them, the Shraddha pops, it is told, the Shraddha pops from their heart to our heart. So we all pray that such Shraddha will pop. And for popping that, we should serve and make them happy.
Yes.
Right? So we should serve them, make them happy. We will get that Shraddha, and with Shraddha only that is possible, Prabhuji. Or else just materially thinking and theoretically understanding, yes, Krishna is there, he will take care. That is not going to work. We have to have that strong faith, strong Shraddha. Only then it is going to work. That's what I feel, Prabhuji. And this situation is going to come to all of us without any discrimination.
As Leland Prabhu says, if you have studied, you have to write the exam.
Yes.
And most importantly, you will always pass.
Just like Bhakti Shastri.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji, that's true. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, at this age, as Santosh Prabhu is saying, I can see the Shraddha, the faith that you have, and we all also pray to Lord as well that you develop that Shraddha as well. And this class was very, very important. And so many examples and living examples, right, to share so that we develop that faith as well. Right? So we have a little bit faith, but I think we need to also develop a lot of faith as well and continue in that service. So
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you. Hope I will get some Shraddha from you by your association.
Okay, I cannot comment on that. Okay.
Hare Krishna Satyadev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Always in service
Prabhuji,
mode.
give me some dust.
You have
Give me some dust, Prabhuji, so that.
No. You have gained a lot of Shraddha, Prabhuji, because you are continuously serving all the great devotees. So.
No, Prabhuji, I'm still struggling. So, just one question. You talked about Pranada Pirsanechena. Generally, a lot of people, they very conscious about like So for example, like you did not invite me to your house. I mean, the respect. I mean, this respect is wrongly, they're taking it. Like even for elders also, or even for anybody for that matter, they always consider this respect word, the respect, like some pride. As an elder, you have to respect. As a education, in terms of education, somebody is knowledgeable. They
Prabhuji, I can't hear you.
You are on mute, Prabhuji. Satya Prabhu, you are on mute. I think Prabhuji was asking about expecting honor. Elders will be expecting some honor.
Yes, but the point here is we should not expect, but we should give respect to all others. So, that is true in that case also. If elders are there, we are surely respecting them and honoring them. It's only for us that we are not expecting any honor from them or from any other. We should not expect. That's what I have read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Did I ask the question?
Yes, Prabhuji, your voice is little breaking. Please try.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So I was asking about that the way Trinadapi Sunichena is understood, how it is understood by others. Like as a devotee, what is our thought process? What should be our mood in terms of like worldly people?
Prabhuji, what I remember is, as Lilananda Prabhuji tells, it applies for you first and then to others. So if it's for you that you don't have to expect any honor, others can expect, and you have to give respect to others, you have to honor others. That's what it tells, right? Don't expect any honor, but you have to honor everyone. So it's for us. When they will come to that platform, maybe they will understand it for themselves. But for us, it is, I'm going to respect everyone, I'm going to honor everyone, but I'm not going to accept or expect anything for myself. That's what our mood should be.
I mean, Prabhuji, my question is like, I mean, if we behave in one way, like we are not expecting any honor, but the worldly people, if they take it wrongly, that means they may disrespect all the devotees. Oh, anyway, I don't have to respect this guy. Is it giving a wrong impression?
So if at all they don't disrespect you, how you should behave in front of them is what you're asking.
Right. That's what. So should I have that pride? Okay, I mean, should I have some respect as a devotee? Should I expect some respect so that other devotees or maybe seniors, they should not disrespect the seniors. Considering that, okay, they can disrespect me, but I don't want my seniors to be disrespected.
Yes, understood. So Prabhuji, what I have heard is, if it is only to you, you have to tolerate, because that is the purification you are going through, and Krishna has all his arrangements for your purification. If someone is doing something, it's only by the will of the Lord he can do. But if he is saying or doing something which is disrespecting your Shiksha Gurus, your Guru Parampara, or your society, or Lord Shri Krishna, or his devotees, then you should raise your voice. You should try correcting based on which position you are. Or if you are not able to do so, take the point to the higher authorities of how we should deal with that. It is situation to situation basis. At some point you may not be able to do much, you may not be able to correct them, or even they are not willing to listen to you. So you have to reach out to your seniors on how to deal in those situations. But what I have heard is, when it comes to you yourself, you have to tolerate, but when it is for your Guru Krishna and the parampara, you have to raise.
Okay, I'll give you one example also, Prabhuji. What happened is, we all know that we are getting milk from VSK, right? VSK cow milk we get. So, I mean, some new person in from our community, they wanted cow milk, and then she was added to the group. She's not a devotee. They just recently moved in. She added to the VSK group, and then we are giving the milk to them also, which is coming from VSK. And Prabhuji, Lilananda Prabhuji added them into the some that WhatsApp group. So there were some instances where the milk is spoiled or milk is the packet is broken. So she, the lady, what is this? Those kind of messages she's giving. She doesn't know about Lilan Prabhu. And we feel that how come, there's so many people in the group, they are saying, Prabhuji, we are getting this. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. She's seeing all these messages, but still, just for small things like that, she's saying, oh, no, this is not acceptable. How can I do that kind of messages, some kind of appended messages. But how should I, tell that, okay, this is the service Lilan Prabhu is doing, all those things. That's what I know I'm trying to narrate here.
Okay. So here I would like to take shelter of His Grace Akinchan Priya Prabhuji and ask him how to deal with this situation, because I'm not I cannot comment much on this. You have put me into straight away into a situation where I would like to take help or call a friend, call a guru, Shiksha Guru. Akinchan Priya Prabhuji, what do you think?
Prabhuji, frankly or honestly saying, actually, I have read all these messages also, and he had the same kind of. Now I came to know that somebody had also same kind of the feelings actually. So that Satyadev Prabhuji had also. So I had also same kind of thing, not the same kind of the question, but yeah. Because a small amount of some discomfort or something the people cannot tolerate, though the Prabhuji is doing as a seva, right? Otherwise this milk would have sold to many of them, any of the devotees actually. But yeah, I do also do not know what to answer, but I had a same kind of this thing feeling actually towards Prabhuji. Why, how she is saying all this and all, I don't know. But this is not the answer, Prabhuji. But I too do not know the answer. I think the way the Prabhuji is reacting is good, because he's not reacting is for the himself actually. Is concerned about the devotee, and he know what is undergoing and what situations he is undergoing, and he knows that he is doing a great service and all, and what are the situations and is undergoing. Is compassionate, is more that is the love is expressing towards Lilananda Prabhuji actually. Because so I think that this is the good way of reacting, because he's reacting for somebody actually, somebody, because he wanted, he is not he is not wanting this respect for himself actually. He is in love with some devotee, and is truly demanding this kind of respect and all. Yes, Prabhuji. For his question, for probably how to tell them and all, it would be a different. Would be a difficult situation, Prabhuji. We cannot tell them. directly. We also came many kind of situations, like when we went with Prabhuji to some doctor, and also Balgam Prabhuji, right? Some doctors also, they were as a Brahmana, they were just dishonoring him and all. But we know the greatness of the Vaishnavas and the importance of association with them. But yeah, sometimes the people illiterate them or mistreat them. But yeah, that's you are kind of you are like a Hanuman. So that kind of anger should come when somebody mistreat them. But yeah, that's the way it happens, Prabhuji. Yes, I think when we this is again similar to what we discussed yesterday. Similar when we are merciful, so some opposing elements will always come, and also that's the way. Prabhuji will take it as a purification process, but yeah, we should take when they respecting the other Vaishnavas, we should get anger and all. So both the way of both the consciousness are correct actually. That's the way. I think you are rightly situated with proper consciousness. That is what my understanding, Prabhuji. I don't know that is the right answer, or somebody can have the different answers and all.
But Prabhuji, this is very common, right? Even devotees, they cannot accept few things being a devotee or a new devotee, if we can think of them. Then it's very common that a non-devotee or someone who doesn't know the background of how we are, what is our motto behind VSK and how we are trying to serve the Lord through this and all this, they reacting like this is very common, I feel, right? If they don't know the background. If they know the background, maybe they may react differently, but
yeah, the difference between Satyadev Prabhuji and other person, or whatever, not David, whatever it may be, is the awareness of that Vaishnava, right? And that's why he knows about it and he's giving a respect. She doesn't know, and she doesn't give the respect. That is the thing. But I don't know how to rectify or correct it. But both the situation, you are getting anger is like a Hanuman. So it's you are in a good situation, actually good consciousness. But though the Prabhuji was writing the messages, as he's taking it on the lighter side, or he's taking on the purification aspects and all. So yeah, that is what but I don't know how to correct this. Prabhuji, we come across this same kind of situations very often, actually. Yeah.
But if they are willing to hear, maybe Satyadev Prabhuji, if they are close to you, you have to educate them of how it is being done, what is the whole purpose of how the VSK is built and what we are trying to do, what's going on. And then maybe if their hearts are changed, it is good. If not, then we may have to talk to seniors and take some help on how to deal with the situation. And Sunil Sajdev Prabhuji has his hand raised. So maybe Prabhuji, you want to talk something?
Yeah, just humbly, I wanted to share my thoughts on that. I really the consciousness of Satyadev Prabhu. So it made me also a little bit uncomfortable, I would say, but not angry the way Satyadev Prabhu is being. So that actually speaks about his consciousness and his love towards Lilananda Prabhu, right? So my thought process, and I think all of that is already covered as well. But then my thought process was that that these kind of things happen, and there will be like if I am there, and if I am a non-devotee, I don't know anything, and I am there and I get that kind of milk, I might also deal with that because the other person is just a milk selling person for me. Okay, nothing more. So I would actually deal with that individual like the way we will deal with somebody, if we go to a Kirana shop or if we go to a restaurant and we don't get a good food or whatever, right? So that's how they are dealing with it. So I think we need to take it that they're dealing with that, and we don't have to. I think Lilananda Prabhuji is really doing this, if you look at, in a very humbly way, and he actually apologized, he's sorry, and so, which was really, it actually talks about his consciousness and his heart in terms of how he's dealing with that. So that's how I think we as devotees also should look at it. Yes, it gets angry, but then if we try to intervene, or if we try to say things in a manner, you should not do this, and so, and then it can actually go backfire, and it can actually have much more in a negative manner. And so that's how I am seeing it. And possibly, like, sometimes if things go well, and she's satisfied, and then taking them to the VSK farm and so, and showing that probably that can be a better solution as well. But not reacting to it and not having an ill feeling towards that individual also is needed from our end. That's my purpose.
Yes, Prabhuji, very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, well said, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, you're so modest that you are not fallen soul, conditioned soul and all, but you are much elevated soul than us, Prabhuji, even though you are much younger to me. And your
Elevated
class,
in a way, I am sitting on a chair. That's what elevated I am.
no problem. Your today's class is an eye-opener for me, Prabhuji, even though I have been Krishna conscious for the past 2.5 years, and I have to learn so many things. As Satya Prabhuji told you, and give us some small dust from your feet, Prabhuji, so we will also get that mercy.
And right now not at my home, or else I would come to your home and take your dust. I'll steal all your chappals and shoes.
Prabhuji, after long time I heard your class, Prabhuji. Really, my fan is on, Prabhuji, regarding material this thing. And my conscience is so low, my chanting is so low, Prabhuji. And today your class is too good for me, Prabhuji. And it's totally relevant for me. Somehow I logged in and I heard the entire class, Prabhuji. I think it's totally for me only, Prabhuji. I think I take it, Prabhuji, in right way, and I'll try to improve my impurities, Prabhuji. And please keep me in your prayers, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. We all pray for you, and we also should bless us that we should have some Shraddha like you. And we all know the way you have served. No one else has served His Grace Bal Govind Prabhuji in all the difficult times. And you have surely got that Shraddha, faith, and that award from him, which he was very grateful for. And we all long for some shelter under you, because you have got it. Please share it with us also.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, friend.
Yeah, all true what you said about Shivaji Prabhuji. Actually, I unmuted myself to ask a question, but you forced me to answer some other thing previously, Prabhuji. Actually, so very nice session, Prabhuji. And wonderful session actually. And I also think you have nice faith actually. And we are trying to imbibe such kind of faith, such kind of characters from you. Still, I have one question, probably one of the examples which you gave about the envelope. Actually, you mentioned writing a right address. You compared the holy name with the envelope and writing the address. So that you are addressing to Supreme Personality of Godhead, not the demigods and all. So we have the process. We know whom to should be directed and all. But we are not concentrating, or we are not hearing that holy name, right? So So what you are trying to compare here? What you are trying to say here? The faith or the hearing, the process? What is with this example? What you want to say? I could not understand. You are saying that we are not hearing attentively, or it is the faith. Which one you are trying to connect? I could not understand.
Okay, Prabhuji. So what I meant is, you have the letter, you have the envelope, you have the right address written on the envelope. But if you are not chanting with that bhava, then it is like sending an empty envelope. So we should have that feeling of gratitude, feeling of belongingness to the Lord while we are chanting. And with that, if we do that, that's how we send a beautiful letter along with the envelope. It will reach the Lord. And how that will happen? By the process of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's what mercifully Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us, and all the Guru Parampara is teaching us. With that humble attitude, if we can chant nicely, hear attentively, and with that feeling bhava, if we do our chanting japa properly, that is most of the part of the bhakti, right, Prabhuji? If I'm not wrong, if we do our japa very sincerely, strongly, that takes care of many of it. Even your services will go nicely, your mood will be set for the whole day. And, if that contributes most of it, why not spend time and improve ourselves? In that way, our entire letter will become beautiful. But if we are missing that part of chanting with bhava prema, and then just for the namesake we are completing our X number of rounds and keeping our chanting back aside, that means we are sending an empty envelope. And Krishna every day is looking at our envelope and saying, "Aaj bhi nahi bheja is letter." At least that is happening for me. Krishna is waiting for our letters, and we are sending empty envelopes. Hope someday we will send a beautifully written letter, all of us, and like that Gopakumar in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, we have that story of a Gop Kumara, and Krishna is anxiously waiting for that Gop Kumara. Everyone knows that story very well. So Krishna is waiting for all of us, more eager than how much we are. Right? So that is there, Prabhuji. Did I answer you, Prabhuji, or any?
Yes, Prabhuji. You are answering. You have answered, Prabhuji. Yeah, you said bhava, and you have talked about on the Shraddha also. So Shraddha to bhava. You have connected everything. Whatever you read in Bhakti Shastra.
So most of the points came from all great souls. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Satchidananda Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. These are their points. It's not my points. I'm also struggling. More worse than what you all are. That's what I am. And my words are not my words. Okay, there are their words. If anything I told mistakenly or that is agitating you, maybe that's what I told. I have added my own things. So please forgive me for that. Any other questions, discussions, comments, or suggestions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for a very excellent class, Prabhu. Very eye-opening again. We need this dose. It's like I would say an injection that we need regularly to awaken us, because we are so conditioned. And compared to you all, I'm still a very, very neophyte. I'm very just started my journey. But with your permission, I'll just share some of my reflections, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
On what you shared actually was so true that, when we chant, we forget also, Prabhu. And you may use that beautiful analogy of switching off the fan and switching on the fan. So when we are trying to switch off the fan, but then we again switch off the fan, I was just thinking about my own personal experience. I think in this last 2 years in my KC journey, at least now I'm conscious, maybe I'm trying to become conscious when I'm switching on that fan. I still switch on the fan, but I'm more conscious because I know this fan is not giving that kind of air which I really want. I need to look somewhere else. And sometimes they are very crude kind of slaps also that fall on your face. And then you realize, but still there is that realization. And I think we need to keep persisting. As you said, that faith is so important. And I'm so grateful to have your association, Lilananda Prabhu's association, the entire association of the Satsang group, with all the senior devotees who are encouraging us and motivating us to continue on this journey. So that keeps me going also. And we just learned this shloka in this from the Nectar of Devotion, which is Data Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahayam Indriye Sevon Mukhe Jivvadu Swayam Eva Swaratyaitaya, which is basically, Prabhu, that we are so low, and I'm so low, I'm not able to even perceive that. That's why maybe during chanting I'm deviating, but I still have that trust. And hopefully one day my eyes will open up to understand and realize, Prabhu. And thank you very much. And please keep reminding us. Please keep encouraging us. We need this reminder and encouragement. It's a very, very, I would say, it's not that kind of the disciplinic encouragement that you get normally from a teacher. You're giving it with a lot of love and affection. So it's a lot more easier for us also to continue on this journey. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
I inspired to get your association, and whenever something is going on, I see you coming from all the way, whichever part of the world you are, you suddenly appear. So we are very grateful to have you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any more questions?
Mahaprasadi.
So if there are no questions, shall we end, Prabhu?
I would like to end with one last point that I
Yeah.
wanted to say. So we all are in clutches of the crocodile, like Gajendra is. We all are there. It is just that the crocodile sometimes squeeze, sometimes releases. You know how the crocodile? So sometimes it will squeeze, sometimes it will release. Maybe for some of us, it is the moment where it has released little bit. Okay, we are feeling some happiness and things are going smooth. At one point, it will squeeze, will feel the pain. Squeeze, release. But we are in the clutches of crocodile. Please remember this analogy. And we cannot say, I need a painkiller because I am in the clutches of crocodile. Don't take a mundane painkiller which is not going to help you from the clutches of crocodile. Do you think just taking a painkiller will relieve you from the pain of getting into the clutches of crocodile? No, that is not possible. So don't look for a mundane solution, just like a painkiller, which is not going to relieve you from the squeeze and release of the crocodile teeth. But please pray to the Lord and take up this bhakti process seriously, which is the ultimate solution, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has awarded for all of us in this golden age of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please take up to this process. Don't go for painkillers. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnavavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.